Good evening, everyone. So today, we have seen auto where by name, right? Right. So we have seen auto where by name. Right. So, when you see here, so we have say auto where equal to by name. Just I have put like this and automatically. So now what I will do is now, let me now take another project now. Auto where by type auto spring core demo by type auto wiring. Okay. So now I have no pom.xml. What I'll do is I'll just add this dependency here. And what I'll do is I'll just say new folder resources. And here I'll say no, the package has to be changed. And here instead of by name, I'll say by type. Okay. Now instead of auto where by name, we'll have by type now. So what this will do is now okay. So now auto where by type, what it will do is now what is your employee class? If you see here, okay, let me copy these classes. Your employee ID, employee name, phone number. Okay, I'll remove this department one. I'll remove this part. Now your organization, your department, right? Let me take this employee class. Now you see. So what auto by type will do is, now, okay, these are strings. These should be fine. But now auto by type, this will look for property types, not names. Okay, property types. Okay, and matching with any of the bean ID, any of the beans defined in the example. Okay, this will look for property types, and matching with any of the beans in defined in the XML, then that bean gets injected. Say, for example, I'll tell you. In this employee class, we have, these are string types, but these properties are department and organization. Now you see. Now this will look for property types. That means this one, not the name. Now, is there any bean? Okay. Now it will ask, now it will see that, is there any bean in the XML where the class is department? The class is department. Now in this XML, is there any bean with class department? Yes, this bean is there. And thereby, this bean object gets injected here. Now, it will not care about the name, whatever the name, even if you have now, suppose, even if you have now DEPT also, that is the property name is DEPT, but the bean ID is a department, it will not care. By name means it will care. But since we are telling by type, so what by type will do is, it will now see the matching class. This class should match with, okay, so basically like this. So this property type should match with this class. Okay. So this property type, should match with class of any bean in the example. Now you see, now even if you have the property name different, this is DEPT and this is bean ID department, nothing, don't care. But the class should match. So this type should match with this. So thereby this bean gets injected. Similarly, coming to the next bean. So is there any bean? Is there any bean in the XML where the class is organization? Is there any bean in the XML where the class is organization? Yes, right? So now in this bean definition, now which is of class organization? This is organization, right? So thereby this bean gets injected. Now in auto by type, what it is doing? It is matching with the property types. It is matching with the property types with the class names, irrespective of the property name and bean. In auto by name, so you have to see the difference here. In auto by name, in auto equal to by name, property names property name should match. In auto by name, property name should match with the bean IDs in the XML, right? In auto wire equal to by type, okay? Property types should match with bean classes in the XML. Okay. Now let us see this now. So what I'll do is so sometimes just click on this Maven update project. Why means sometimes the libraries might not get reflected. Now if I run this program, okay, this is auto where by type, right? Package name is different. No bean name department. Okay, fine. Put this department. Right? Now you got it. Now, everyone understood, right? So by type, what it will do? Now imagine that now you have another bean. Or let me go here now. Imagine my bean ID is department. Next year I'll put DEPT. DEPT. I'll run this program now. Yeah, still it is working. How it is working? Because in my public class employee DEPT is there. And in my XML, we have by type. Now it will check for, I think one more thing is also missing, right? Organization. Here I'm adding, okay? Now in this employee class, this is the department, right? This is the department type. Auto where by type means it will look for the class types. It will look for the class type and it will check now whether is there any bean with this class. Yes, there is a bean. Irrespective of the bean ID. Here I'm putting department, but here I'm putting DEPT. No match. But the class type is matching because it is auto where by type. If it is auto where by name, this property name and this bean ID name should match. But in auto where by type, this class type and this bean class should match. Then that bean gets injected. Everyone understood this? Auto where by type will only look for the property type and the bean class, irrespective of the bean name that it has. Everyone clear with this auto verify type? Now, yeah. Now suppose let us have one more department here. DEPT1. And then in my XML, what I do, I create so this is the department, and here I'll say department1, right? Just like how we have done in AutoWare by name. By name also we have seen this example, right? This kind of example. Now let us take this XML now. Now take this employee and then take this DEPT1. Now, this employee class has a DEPT and DEPT1. And what we're doing by type we are looking for. So when we say by type, what it will do? Now, by type means now it will look for, is there any bean? Is there any bean? Is there any bean with this department type having the class? Is there any bean matching this property type with the class? Is there any bean? Is there any bean? Here I'm writing. Is there any bean in the XML? Matching the property type with the class in the example. Yes, there is a bean, right? So what is the bean? This bean is there. We have two beans actually. With the same class, there are two beans. Irrespective of the ID, there are two beans actually. Is there any bean matching the property type with the class in the XML? Yes, two beans are there. With same class. Right? Now it will see which bean to inject here. It will see now which bean to inject here. Either this or this. Here there is one property here. Okay. Now which bean has to inject here? We'll get an error. We'll get an error actually. Now you see. Let me now show you. Now you see. You got an error like expected single matching bean, but found two. So what it is showing is ideally there should be only one matching bean with this property, but there are two beans found. Now it will get confused whether this bean or this bean. So here you get an error. So what is error? Expected single matching bean expected single matching bean, but found to department and department one. Later error. Okay, now let me see. What I'll do is I'll do a change here. In my employee class, here I'll say department instead of DEP. Right? I'll remove this. Right? Now only thing is I changed here department. Now let me run it. Will run or not? Here also I'll just 1 minute. Huh? Here also will say department one. Now let me run this. Now what I'm doing is now even I changed the properties now. Now instead of DEPT1, now I put department and department. Okay. Now whatever by type, what it will do now? Whatever by type, what it will do? Now it will see for this property, it will see this property type, irrespective of this property name. It will see, is there any bean matching with this department? Any bean with the class having department? Yes, there are two beans, 1, 2. You will get an error. So irrespective of even if you put the same property names also, see here department is matching here, department, but it doesn't care. Auto where by type always, auto where by type irrespective of this property names, it will only see the class. It will only see the class. So auto where by type irrespective of property names and bean IDs matching or not. Bean IDs matching or not, it will always match the property type with the bean class. With the bean class in Excel. If more than one bean found, with same class name in the XML, then this will throw error. Then we'll get error. while run. So auto wire equal to by type. Irrespective of property names or bean IDs matching or not, it will always match the property type with bean class in XML. If more than one bean found with same class name in XML, then we'll get the error while running. If there is only one class, it will run, right? We have seen that. Here, what will happen now? Since there is more than two, it will get confused. It will get confused. Which object should which bean should inject into this property? Which bean should inject into this property? It will get confused. But in AutoWire by name, it is not like that, right? Even if you have two beans, it will match with the property name. If this is matching with this, then this bean gets injected here. For example, in AutoWire by name, this is matching with this. So this gets injected here. And this is matching with this. So this gets injected here. That will happen in AutoWire by name. But in AutoWire by type, so this will happen in AutoWire by name. But in AutoWire by type, what will happen? It will not care about this property. It will only see the property type. Now for this property type, how many beans are there? More than one bean. So you'll get an error. Everyone understood? But for in XML, you'll get error. But in annotation, I told you that there are two different ways of Spring Bean definitions. One is through XML and another is through annotations. So which we are going to see annotations later. In annotations, there is a fix for this. Okay. So in annotations, there is a fix for this. Everyone understood? Anyone clear doubts? Right? Now we are going to see the next auto wire. We have seen auto wire by name, auto wire by type, right? Okay, we are going to see the next one. Which is auto wire by constructor. Understood? Understood by type and by name, right? Yeah, I'll upload the notes. Okay, not it. Don't worry, I'll upload notes. So let me see now. See, auto wire by constructor is also like by type only. But only thing is in by type, we'll use the setter method. In constructor, we'll see the constructor argument. Okay, see. So let me take that example now. So file new Maven project. Spring Core demo by Spring Core demo constructor auto variant. See, there are three different types of auto variants: by name, by type, and constructor. So now what I'll do is I'll say employee department organization. Only thing is here, I'll remove this part. I'll remove all this. Let me remove all this. Okay. First, I'll generate setters and getters for this source. Generate getters and setters. And here, what I'll do is similarly, I'll have one more parameter, organization. Now, what I'll do is now I'll pass this department and organization through constructor. I'll not have setter methods. I'll say public employee. I'll say department, comma, organization. Here I'll say this dot department is equal to department, and this dot organization is equal to organization. Okay, then I'll have only getter methods for this. Source, no setter method, only getter method. Source, no, I don't need set organization. Similarly, I don't need set department. So now I have department and organization, and I have only get method, but set method I'm passing through construct. So there is no set method. So instead of set method, I'm using constructor. Okay. Now what will happen now? Now in my employee class now. Yeah, let me copy the same pom.xml here also. Okay. And here I'll say right. Now let me run this program. App context.xml is not there. I did not copy that here in the resource folder. Now here what I'll do, I'll just remove this department. And here I'll say instead of auto var equal to by type, I say auto var equal to constructor. Okay. So instead of auto var by type, I'll say auto var equal to constructor. Now let me run this program now. You got an error, right? Error bean with name employee. Class not found. Okay. Here we have to change the package Spring Core demo constructor auto var. So let me run this again. See, now you got it. So how you got now, you see. So let me explain this. Now let's go to your employee class now. Your employee is constructors. So whenever it sees auto var equal to constructor, that means the employee constructor has the employee constructor takes the objects to be injected. Now, what you'll know, your auto var by constructor will also work like. So this will work like by type only. So your auto var constructor. So auto var constructor works like by type only. Only difference is in by type. Setter method is called. In by type, setter method is called, and in constructor is called. For bean injection. In constructor, in auto var constructor, is called for injection. Now you see. Now in employee constructor, what are the arguments? These are the arguments, right? So now there are two arguments in the employee constructor. Now for the first argument, what is the argument type? Argument means parameter. Okay, what is the argument type? This is the first argument. What is the argument type? This one, right? This is the argument type of. This is the first argument type. First argument class type. And this is the second argument class type. Okay, first argument class type and second argument class type. Now auto var constructor will work like by type only. So it will check now, is there any bean? For first argument, it will check like, here the object has to be passed, right? So now it will check now in the first argument, for the first argument, is there any bean? in the XML where the class is department. Similarly, for the second argument type also, it will check that is there any bean in the XML where the class is organization. Is there any bean in the XML where the class is organization? Now for the first argument, is there any bean with the class department? Yes. Irrespective of this argument, now this and this are not matching. Sorry, this and even if this matching or not matching, okay, this bean, this class is matching with this, so it will get injected here. Similarly, the second argument, it will check organization. Is there any bean with the class organization? Yes. So then it gets injected. Okay. Now let us see. Now we'll have one twist here. In the XML file, what I'll do is I'll have one more bean defined. I'll have one more bean ID department. One. Now let me run this program now. Still it is running. Still it is running. How? By type should fail, right? Say for example, now let me now go here. This is my bean ID department and this is my constructor. Now for this bean to get auto-where by constructor, okay, this is our auto-where by constructor. So auto-where by constructor, what it does is, now it will see now, for this property, it will now check this property type. Is there any bean in the XML with the same class? Yes, there are two beans actually. So there are two matching beans found. With the department class, right? Now, if it is auto-where by type, if it would have been auto-where by type, it would have failed. That's what we have seen. But auto-where constructor, what you know? Now it will not fail. What it will do now, it will see, yes, there are two beans found. Now then it will compare now the constructor argument now. Now it will compare the constructor argument. And is this matching with any of this bean ID? Yes, this is matching with this. So this one is matching with this. So thereby what will happen now? So this bean gets injected here. So that is the constructor will do. In auto-where by type, immediately it will fail. In auto-where by type, immediately it will fail. If there are more than one matching bean found, so immediately it will fail. But in auto-where constructor, what it will see, yes, there are two beans found with this department type, but now Now it will take this constructor argument actually. It will take this constructor argument and then it will see with the bean ID. Is there any bean matching with this? Yes, this is matching. So this is matching with this constructor argument. So thereby this bean gets injected. Okay. So then what will happen now? In auto verify constructor, so then if more than 2 matching beans found with department class, then the constructor argument, okay, department class, then the constructor argument name is matched with any of the bean ID. Okay, any of the bean ID of department class. Okay, so now what will happen now? Now this proper constructor argument name is matching with this. So thereby this object gets injected. Now suppose, let us have like this now. Now I'll say DEPT. Instead of department, and I'll say DEPT. So now I'll run the code now. Now you got an error, you see. So what will happen now, you see? So this is my DEPT. Now in my department, sorry, in employee, I have constructor like this. Now it will see for this department type, how many beans are there? Yes, this bean, 2 beans. Now, then it will try to compare now. Then it will try to compare this constructor argument name with any of these bean IDs. Is this matching to this? No. Is this matching to this? No. This is department and this is department. So now, no match is found. Then you will get an error. So first, check by type. Then check by name. If no match is found, error is thrown. Okay. Everyone clear? Any doubts? Any doubts still now? Fine, right? So in auto by name, so on a summary in auto by name, it will see the property name with the bean ID. In auto where by type, it will see the property type with the bean class. In constructor also, it will see the property with the constructor argument type with the bean class. Okay, but the difference is, so on summary, in auto where equal to by type, by name, property name is matched with bean ID, where the matched bean ID is injected in the setter method of the property of the property, right? So property's name is with bean ID in the XML. Okay, next in auto where equal to by type, property type is matched with the bean class in the XML, where the matched bean in the XML is injected to the setter method of the property of the class. Right? Next. Here, suppose here if more than one bean class is found in the XML, we get an error. Now, in auto where equal to constructor, constructor argument type is matched with bean class in the XML, where the matched bean in the XML is injected in the setter method. Here, where the matched bean in the XML is injected in the constructor argument. Let me here and see. So constructor bean class in the XML, where the matched bean in the XML is injected in the constructor method in the constructor argument of the class constructor. Okay, if constructor argument is matched with the bean class in the XML, same as auto by type. Only thing is they here setter part property and constructor is injected constructor class constructor. Here now there is a difference here. If more than one bean class is found in the XML, then constructor argument name is matched with the bean ID in the XML. So if the match is found, now this, if you see, this is a combination of auto by type and auto by name. First it will see for auto by type. If more than one class is found in the XML, then it will go for auto by name. Then constructor argument name is matched with the bean ID in the XML. So if the match is found, then the bean is injected. Then the bean is injected in the constructor argument of the class construct. Okay. If the match is not found, then we get it. Just read this once. Just slowly read this once. Just slowly read these ones. Any questions till now here on summary? Summary section, any questions? Okay, just type this is property. Okay. Both by type and by name are same. How? How they are same? Here you read the this carefully. How they are same? Here it is property name. Here it is property type. This is property. Spelling mistake. Okay. So this is also property. In constructor, why will use two same property names? Logically, it doesn't make sense, right? In a constructor, we'll use two different property names, right? Always. We can't write a constructor having two variables same. Doesn't make sense, right? I cannot have I cannot take a constructor taking two parameters same. It should be different, right? In constructor, say for example, I can tell int x comma int y, but I cannot tell int x comma. I cannot repeat the same thing, right? Any doubts in this summary? This is a very, very important interview questions. That's why I'm just slow here. See, what we'll do is tomorrow, we'll start on annotations. Till now we have seen XML, right? Till now we have seen XML configurations. So tomorrow we'll start Java annotations. So I told you, right? I told you, right, in last session, first session. How many of you remember or not? This configuration, we can write configurations can be written using XML or Java annotations. Whatever we are seeing, this configuration is in XML. So tomorrow onwards, we are going to see annotations. So that is the modern way of doing. See, nowadays, XML, no one is almost no old projects were there, but new projects, no one is doing XML. All the new projects are going with annotations. So tomorrow, we'll start with this Java annotations. Yeah, I'll upload today only. Okay. I'll upload the notes today only. No, in Spring, no, you can change, you can use any name of the XML. You can use x.xml, y.xml, but whatever the name that you use in whatever the name that you use in this, you have to specify the correct name here. Suppose if you use x.xml, you have to use you have to specify x.xml. So whatever the name, correct file name, you should specify with whatever the file name you saved. Everyone understood? All right then. So tomorrow we are going to see. Sure. Okay, Hanish. I noted your email ID. I'll let you know. All right then. All right then. Tomorrow we'll see. Okay then. Thank you all.